Hi everyone, welcome to our Break the Barriers team call tonight. Thanks for joining if you're watching live or watching the recording. I'm really excited to have Brianne on this call to talk about the leadership ladder and how it can help us in our businesses. So I have a couple of announcements. I announced one on the team call tonight, but next week, make sure I have the date right, next week, September 14th, we are opening up applications for people who want to join the Break the Barriers group. So in order to join, they need to have 2 coaches on their team at least. They're an Emerald coach. And they need to be willing to speak on team calls and leadership calls. And we want this so far it's been an awesome group. I hope you guys like it. But I've been impressed with the engagement and how everyone's been involved in doing calls and everything. And so, so in order to join, they can't just, watch the posts and kind of kick back, but they're going to be engaged and doing things. So let me know if you have anyone who wants to apply. And I have an application to join. Most of you guys filled it out. But basically, it's, if you have 2 coaches on your team and you're willing to participate, then you can join. So we're going to open up that. The other announcement is we are starting. So congratulations to Nicole Layton. First of all, I just have to say congratulations. She won our last Emerald contest. So helping our coaches get to Emerald contest. That was an awesome contest, guys. It ran for a couple of months and we were helping our coaches get to Emerald. And I was really impressed with how everyone did, and it was fun, working together, helping our coaches. So we're going to do another one, and we're going to run it starting now. So starting, so we're going to start it on Thursday, September 10th. So it's going to go Thursday, September 10th through... I like to do it for 2 months and end on a Thursday, so I'll work out the details. But it's going to be starting on Thursday, September 10th. So if you have any people that are turning Emerald this Thursday, that counts. Okay, so this is some other rules real quick. So you get 1 point if you add a coach to your team. You get 1 point. You get 2 points if you help someone get to Emerald, and it doesn't have to be a personally sponsored. It could be anyone in your downline get to Emerald. It has to be a new Emerald, not just getting their Emerald back. A new Emerald, 2 points. You get 10 points if you help someone get to Diamond. Okay, so we're throwing that one in there because we're going for our 2-star by November 1st. So anyway, we're going to be doing a big push to help our coaches to get to Diamond. So 1 point for a new coach, 2 points for Emerald, 10 points for a new Diamond on your team. And yeah, I think that's all the announcements that I have. So I'm going to turn it over to Brianne, who's going to do our leadership call tonight. So thanks, Brianne.
Thanks, Shannon.
Sure.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the leadership ladder tonight. And the first time I heard about the leadership ladder was actually at Summit in Nashville. At least that's the first time I can recall about hearing about it. And Melanie Mitro, who was a top coach from last year, she actually got on stage and talked about the leadership ladder and how awesome it is and how we should be using it to create a foundation for our team. So I'm going to basically talk about what she talked about at Summit, because there's a video and you can watch it from start to finish of everything she said. So I'm going to basically cover that, kind of copy a little bit about what she said, but it's a great video to watch if you guys want to kind of go back in through all this and get a recap on it. Hey, girls. They're getting so big. All right. So the first thing that Melanie said was, she said, leadership ladder will help you make your business from ordinary to extraordinary. So, so sometimes we compare ourselves, we'll be like, okay, so how come that person's making more money than me, or why are they rank advancing, or this, when you focus on the leadership ladder, it just kind of helps you put those like blinders on. So instead, you're focusing more on, you know, if I want to be making X amount of money, then I need to be doing these behaviors in my business. So it just kind of gives you that really clear roadmap on how to move your business forward and create a, sustainability and income. So so besides the two things I just listed, what are some of the benefits of the leadership ladder? So let's talk about that. So one is going to help you recognize gaps in your business. So to find the leadership ladder and to see the different levels in the leadership ladder, you can go to your Coach Online office and go to training. And you'll see leadership ladder. I think it's kind of down at the bottom on the left-hand side. So you can go in there, you can print off the leadership ladder and all the different levels that are in there. So when she talks about the gaps, it just, when you go in there and you read all the things, like, so when you're first starting out as a coach, it gives you a list of all the things you should be doing with your business. And she says to go back to the beginning. So whether you're an emerald coach or diamond coach, don't just look at don't just go to that specific level on the leadership ladder. Like, go back to the beginning and see what you're missing out on, because maybe that's something that maybe that's the reason why your business isn't growing, is because you missed something kind of back in the beginning. So she talks about going back, and that should help fill in those gaps for you. And then she talks about strategy. So, you know, where do I go from here, and how do I continue to grow from here? So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then she says that it'll help you set tangible and quantifiable goals. So it's like a checklist. So when you go through it, you're like, you know, oh, I mastered this, you know, check it off. I didn't do that, so I need to go back and do that. And then, okay, so what's next? So it's really great as far as like, you know, it just helps, it paints that clear vision of where you are going, but also for, you know, your team. So, you know, you can hand this out to your team and say, here, this is going to be awesome to help you build, you know, a solid foundation. So instead of just signing up, you know, product consumers to help you get to that rank, that doesn't really help with stability. It just helps you get to that rank, but it's not really, and I know this because like I've been diamond and then I've lost my diamond and then I get my diamond back and then I lost my diamond, because I'm not building that foundation that's going to help me keep my rank. So you want to build your business on rock and not on sand. And when you make a diamond rank, you know, it's like you get that recognition and it lasts what, like 5 minutes? You know, you're like, woohoo, I got the recognition. And then that's like, all right, what's next? You know, that was awesome. But what's really awesome and what's going to last is what's continually going into your bank account, you know, like, and achieving, you know, your financial goals and accomplishing, you know, your dreams. Using the leadership ladder, it takes it further for you beyond the rank, and it helps you build, you know, your future. So those who are consistently at the diamond, 1-star diamond level on the leadership ladder, so these are people that are consistently performing at the team leader rung of the leadership ladder. They are earning on average $2,395 a month. So if you're looking at yourself right now and you're a diamond or maybe 1-star and you're like, holy cow, I'm not making that much, then you might want to go to the leadership ladder and start looking at that list and seeing what you are doing and what you're not doing. And consistency is key. So, you know, it's still about hitting Success Club. It's about getting to a certain volume, reaching a certain volume in your week leg, and then having your coaches reach Success Club as well. So another thing that is beneficial from the leadership ladder is that it helps you to be more proactive instead of reactive. So one, it's going to still continue to strengthen that foundation, but it's also going to help you to anticipate obstacles. So she had mentioned, like, because we went to Summit in July, so August was kind of like a slow month. You know it's going to be a slow month because kids are going back to school. Money might be a little bit tighter because parents are trying to afford all of the back to school supplies that their kids need. So it's going to be probably a little bit harder to reach your goals for that month. So then you know that you're going to have to push a little bit more. You're going to have to talk to more people. You're going to have to do that much more inviting if you're going to want to reach those goals. And then she talks about it at this level, you know, you put systems and training in place. So, you know, what's been working for you as far as like scripts that you use that's going to, you know, that you use when you invite somebody and that person's like in, you know, like you don't have to do a lot of overcoming objections, you know, like you just have this amazing script. So she talks about having a file that you put together of your scripts and trainings and that you know, give out to your team to help them to be successful. So at that level, it's about creating trainings and systems and stuff for your team. So she kind of just goes over, you know, some of the different levels, and I did print off like the diamond and 1-star because that's where I think most of us are at. But so the benchmarks of this one is always reaching Success Club 5, having at least $1,000 in bonus points a month, and then in your weak leg reaching 5,000 in team volume on your weak side, and then having at least 4 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point or more. And she just talks about this level. This is where you're really going to be getting out of your comfort zone. But she does talk about, like, so if your coaches are wanting to supercharge their business, then they have to take it up a notch. So instead of trying to reach, as you know, Success Club 5, they're shooting for 10. Instead of signing up 2 personally sponsored coaches each month, you want to sign up 4. Or instead of inviting 2 to 5 people a month to your challenges or coaching, you're going to want to step it up and do 10. So the faster you do that, then you're gonna hit those benchmarks a lot faster as well. Or when you up your game and your goals, then you're gonna hit those benchmarks faster. And then she talked about, like, dominate one area of social media. So, and this is part of like the diamond. Like when you print off the leadership ladder, this is just part of like your to-do list on the leadership ladder that I'm kind of going over. So she talks about like dominating social media. So picking a platform on social media, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, blogging, whatever you feel like you can connect more to, and just, you know, really getting a handle on that one. And then the inviting process is so key, and getting over that fear of inviting people to your challenge groups or to coaching. And the thing is too is, like, you know, you have to sit there and ask yourself the question. So as a leader, you know, do you tell your team that Success Club is non-negotiable, but then, you know, are you leading by example? So speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So if you want your team to be running with you, then you have to be running out in front of them. So so like I said, you know, she start at the beginning of of each level on the leadership ladder, and, you know, ask yourself if you're doing everything that is listed on each one of those levels. And then, you know, she said there's no secret sauce to this business. It's truly about building relationships, you know, connecting with new people daily, following up, creating a supportive team environment, And everybody is more than a success club point. So those challengers, those coaches, they're more than just a success club point. And, you have to be doing these things over the long haul if you want to be successful. Otherwise, you're just going to be, it's just going to be holding you back if you don't do this over the long haul and be consistent. So then she talks about like reaching that diamond level and then knowing what's next. And that's what this laddership is all about. So sometimes you can reach a certain rank and you just don't, you might get stuck and you're like, well, I don't know what to do next. So that's where this the leadership ladder comes in, and it helps you to know what comes next after you reach that rank. Some of this I'm repeating because she repeated a lot of this stuff, but I know repetition is good. So anyways, and then she talks about like when you reach that diamond rank, start setting some push goals for yourself as diamond. Do your own business opportunity calls, communicate with your team and keep them motivated. Host your own team calls, understand the strategy of your business, focus on your downline, and lead with integrity, heart, and hustle. So it will take you time to get there, but it will happen. As long as you're doing these things, it will happen for you. And then she talks about, looking at yourself and doing like a self-evaluation. So she said if your platform like with social media is Facebook, and that's what you're really good at, then she's like, okay, go check out your Facebook page. Would people connect with me with what they're seeing with my posts? Would they want to join one of my challenge groups? Would they want to join my team? So she's talking about always just kind of self-evaluating yourself, your business, on how you can make it better. And she talks about it always can use improvement. So what she said really on this next topic here really blew my mind. She talks about doing like a Coach Basics group and doing a Zoom call every week. And she said when she focused on those skills with her team, she went from a 2-star to a 15-star in just 1 year. And that's when she started implementing the Coach Basics and doing the Zoom calls with them once a week. And she's like, it's not about you. It's about your team and supporting your team. So what you are doing now is going to determine your success, your future success. So, are you doing the things that is going to help you to keep going as a leader and to build that solid foundation? So that's what this leadership ladder is all about. It's about building that solid foundation for your team. And this is also what's going to help your team. So you want to be sharing this with your team and going over this with your team because, and I was looking through it. It's really cool how they have it set up because they talk about like when you go in there and you look at it, it has like do this. I don't know if you can see this, but it has do this, and then it lists everything that you should be doing to build a strong business. And then it has know this, and then it just basically gives you know these things to help you build a strong business. And most of this stuff, this is kind of what we went over. But anyways, it's really cool. I'm glad, Shannon, that you brought this topic up because I totally forgot about this at Summit. I mean, you learn so much, so I just totally spaced the leadership ladder. But now going back and looking at it, it's really a great tool to get out and start, have that checklist and check everything off that you're doing or and then take note of what you're not doing and start implementing it. Because I mean, if this is really going to help you build a solid foundation, that's what you want. I mean, otherwise you're going to get worn out, so that's all I had tonight on the leadership ladder. You guys have any questions? Kind of went through that a little fast. I was talking a little fast.
I have a question. Wait, go ahead, Ashley.
So just a quick question. You've the video from Melanie Mitro is on the leadership ladder training on Beachbody. Is that the video that you were talking about?
I actually YouTubed it. So I YouTubed Beachbody leadership ladder, and then her video came up. And there's lots of other videos too about the leadership ladder. So the one that's actually on the Beachbody Your Coach Online office, there's one by Michael Neiman, who does just kind of like a short video about the leadership ladder. So if you want to dig a little bit more deeper into it, you know, then you can watch Melanie's training on it. And there's a ton of stuff on it already. So
is there an outline? Is there an outline on Team Beachbody, like in the back office somewhere, where we can find? Where would that be under?
So if you go into your Coach Online office and then go to News and Training.
Okay.
Then it's going to be right there over on the left-hand side of your screen, kind of down towards the bottom. It'll say Leadership Ladder. Yeah.
Leadership, it will say it.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's where I printed all this stuff off. And it gives you that, it tells you like the benchmarks of what you should be reaching. And then it'll tell you like the stuff you can start checking off and stuff. So.
And just a quick question. Does it start at Coach or does it start at Diamond?
It starts at Coach.
God.
At Coach.
You can have your new coaches print them off.
Yep. Yeah, perfect. It starts at Coach, and then it goes Emerald Coach, and then Diamond, and then above. So they have different, they're called different things. It's not like Diamond. It's like leader. It's like team leader. So it starts as business starter, then team builder, then team leader, which is the Diamond levels team leader, and then organization leader, and then executive leader. So those are the levels on here.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Also, if you go to your Coach Online office, I just saw this, and you go to the very front of the page where it says like "Welcome Julia Neville." It has, you know how it shows you where your Success Club points are, and the little tabs at the top. It actually has a tab for Leadership Ladder.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, and it tells me that on my Leadership Ladder benchmark is for last month rung Business Starter. My next rung was Team Builder. And then it actually breaks down what I got last month, this month, and then how much I'll get paid Success Club, and then the highest paid rank. It's really cool.
That is cool. I didn't even see that. So check that out, guys, because that'll probably help a lot too.
Yeah, that's pretty new. It's awesome to see kind of where you're at. And too, like you might have hit, I really liked the point too that you might have hit several of the things. So you're like, oh, I should be in the next level, but there's one that you might, be weak on that's kind of holding you back from moving to the next level. So I liked that too, because I don't know, some points I was like, oh, I'm totally in this level, and I wasn't because I was weak on some, another part. And so then it gives you an idea of where you need to focus on. So yeah, great job, Brianna. That was awesome training.
You're welcome. It was good training for me. Yeah, any other questions, or did you have any other announcements, Shannon, or?
No, I guess the other announcement is for next week. We have Angie Peterson doing the leadership call, and Kaylee doing the team. She's a team leader. So Keely, I always say her name wrong, doing the team call and being the team leader next week. So on the call schedule, I guess that's another big announcement. If you guys could just verify, I know some people wrote in the comments, so I can go back and say yes or no. But just verify. I tried to map it out for a few months so we can just keep going. And if you guys are like, I don't want to do this, let me know too. We've had a couple people, and that's no problem if you don't want to do it. But I like to keep it kind of organized. And then as we add new people to the group, we'll just add them to the schedule, and just keep it going, because I think it's been awesome. You know, it's been great hearing from different leaders and different people. So, so yeah, so we'll keep going. Let's see. Yeah, so thanks again, Brianne. Great feedback we're getting here from everyone. So thank you. I think that's really helpful. I know, like, it came out, I started hearing about the leadership ladder last January, and then they made a bigger deal about it, about Summit, but it's something that a lot of people don't really know about. And so it's great, like, as we're teaching our new coaches and getting them started, you know, a lot of people will get to like Emerald or even Diamond, and they're like, oh, I'm not like where I want to be financially, by hitting certain ranks. And so that's where they came out with this, because they're like, you can't just hit a certain rank, you have to, you know, do these other things as well. So, so yeah, so I was excited that I'm still learning, figuring it out too. So I was excited that Brianne could share that and give us some inside scoop. So thanks, Brianne.
You're welcome. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining, and have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks. See you later.